Hey guys, Quicksilver Gaming here, bringing you another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. This is our German 1920s campaign. We are currently at war with the Spanish, and we have a few convoy attacks here. It's October 1937. We're going to dive right on in. It's our battle cruiser, the Friedrich der Grosse, light cruiser Condor, and V-53 destroyer against a few heavy cruisers, couple destroyers, and 13 troop transports. This should be an absolute slaughter, theoretically. As our battlecruiser is well equipped to take on all of these, I really don't feel like I need the light cruiser and the destroyer, but we'll see what I do with them. Let's dive right on in. And just like that, we dive on in, and the battlecruiser is already blasting away at the enemy. I think I will just have these two group up and maybe screen the battle cruiser. Let's go on times 10 speed, see what we've got going on over here. I think I'll turn right, and that puts me on an interception course with their transports. It's really interesting looking at like some of the turning. I think I have shaft 3 or something on my battle cruiser. If I can look for it real quick. Yeah, shaft 3, electro hydro 2 on steering. So the steering is like very good, but it also makes it a little weird when you just kind of want like a nice, easy turn across. Makes it a little bit harder to do that. It's more of like a very forced maneuver. Really like how our battlecruiser looks. Has tons of secondary guns. 4.1 inches, 1.5. I think we're actually getting a little bit close. Might want to back off just a tad. Let's put you guys on smoke screen. I don't want to really take damage on my light cruisers and destroyer. Light cruiser and destroyer, because they're technically not necessary in this battle. I feel like my battle cruiser can do all the work, and of course Condor is I almost want to just have you guys retreat. I don't like Condor's. Yeah, Condor doesn't have torpedoes, so I don't really understand why Condor decided to get that close to the enemy. Still find like the AI is a little bit weird. Like, I had you on screen, not attack, so screening would put you here, not out there in point blank range. We're moving in on their transports though. Looks like we've basically cut off their forces. Condor and V53. Wow, that's actually hard for me to say. V53. Just want you to leave, because Condor's doing stupid things. Did not want Condor to get that close. And I think we will sort of hit the rear of their transports, and our secondaries on that side will probably open up. At least I think secondaries can fire on both sides of the ship. Maybe not. I'm not really sure how that works. How fire control works for all the different guns. Well, it looks like our big guns are firing upon the transport fleet right now. So we might just go ahead and take out all their transports, not worry about the last of their ships over here. I mean, 2 of their cruisers went down, and this is just shooting fish in a barrel over here. Well, now our ships are shooting over here, so our guns don't know what they want to fire at. We have so much armor on our ship, like nothing is getting through. It's pretty crazy. and we are just annihilating ships on either side of us. That's crazy. I'll probably just keep turning into the troop transports. We do have a fire on board. Looks like it's on the deck. Hopefully our fire control team can... Yep, took care of that. What kind of guns do we have that can fire at that destroyer? Oh, we do have the rear-facing 4.1. It's on a barbette. How did he cause a fire over there? That's interesting. But that annoyance is dealt with. So it's just 2 troop transports and then probably a heavy cruiser that's really beat up, that is trying to catch up. Mission accomplished. Can I continue? Ah, sweet. Looks like we can continue. That has to be a change, because I think it used to always completely end the battle before. So, if I were to put you on sail, and put you over here, and bring that cruiser toward us, pop smoke, and sort of lure their cruiser back over here. Maybe that'll work, because right now it's just a little bit over 30, well, a little bit under 30 kilometers, 27.9, and then, yeah, if we lure it back in, that might be the smart thing to do. Well, it looks like we've dealt... I do think our battlecruiser dealt some damage to it earlier. Yeah, 11-inch shell dealt a lot. But it looks like a 4-inch shell crippled it, too. So that's always good to know. Did it launch a torpedo, or did we launch a torpedo? I'd imagine it launched a torpedo. Let's do a little turn. Looks like our battlecruiser is starting to attack. Wish we could go on ×10 speed. But, as I said, bring our ships back to safety. And, oh boy. That was a great hit. Deck penetration, 8149. So nice plunging fire, basically absolutely crippled that ship. So 18 crew lost, mostly DDV 53 and Condor, getting a little too excited there. The battlecruiser, though, 387,000 damage dealt. Monster. Oh, 5.5 thousand over there. No torpedo hits. 4-inch gun. Wow, one of the 4-inch guns ripped through something. 54, 58. Absolutely love to see that. Condor, you know, it's not meant for these battles. Well, it could have gone and taken out all the troop transports, but Friedrich der Gross did plenty of that for them. So, very, very nice battle taking out that convoy. Alright, so let's continue our convoy battles here. Yeah, I mean, this should be an interesting one. Light cruiser and 2 destroyers against a light cruiser and 2 destroyers. Alright, so their fleet is off to the starboard side. Let's put you guys on torpedo evasion, ×5 speed, and... yeah, so we've seen this light cruiser plenty of times. Nice ramming of their own ship there, too bad. Self-ramming doesn't cause any damage, which I find weird. Ramming into a sunk ship or an enemy ship causes damage, but ramming into friendlies doesn't. Although, you know, if ramming into friendlies caused damage, they would have to insanely improve the AI of the ships, because this avoid other ships doesn't work. I'm just gonna say it doesn't work. Let's put smoke on our destroyers. Actually, let's put smoke on everybody, because the enemy is using smoke, so... Oh, amazing hits on that cruiser. Well, it doesn't look like it actually did a lot, which is interesting. Might need to swap targets. Might need to swap over to that. Did you just launch torpedoes? You did. Right, turn! Wow, that maneuverability is pretty insane. I think we've got the angle here to not be hit. We've taken some damage, for sure. Really like to just completely destroy them. Unfortunately, all this maneuvering around torpedoes makes your accuracy... Oh, I might have miscalculated that one. Nope, okay, we're good. Alright, D.D. Fletcher. Fletcher's a weird name because that is a class of destroyer in the American fleet. That sounds more like a Spanish ship, the Alessandro Porio. Why is my destroyer, like, not moving? That's how you die. What? And why are we not targeting that destroyer? Some weird decisions by my destroyer. Let's just keep them Tokyo drifting. Man. I don't like how much damage we're taking there. Come on, take it out, take it out, take it out. Alright. Okay, their ship's nearly out. That's good. What is our destroyer over there doing? Dodging torpedoes? That was like, oh, well, that ship, yeah. Okay, detach out. Have you join up with that. Have you retreat out of there. And hopefully you can take that out. We're a little banged up, but nothing major. Looks like maybe front turret taken out of action. Yeah. A turret's out. But that leaves plenty of other turrets. Shoot, we do have a fire on board, 2 fires on board. But their ship should be going down any second now. Looks like they overshot their torpedoes. And there goes their light cruiser. It's now just time to take out their troop transports. And they're pretty much just fish in a barrel. They're moving super slow. I mean, troop transports don't move fast anyways, but... Was there like max speed or convoy speed back in the day? Like anywhere from 7 to 13 knots, I think is what I generally know of. I think they could like go up to 18 knots. There you go. Nice little quick battle. Got a little hairy at one moment, but nothing we can't handle. Fletcher. Such a bizarre name for a Spanish destroyer. I wonder if they maybe... No, major nations don't. They don't commission from other major nations, so... I don't know. Weird name for a Spanish destroyer. Alright, and the last convoy battle, I don't want to fight. I do not want to take destroyers up against a heavy cruiser, so I'm just not going to fight this. It's not worth it. I don't think we will be able to sink this. I just don't trust torpedoes on my ship. We don't have many torpedoes, and in theory that heavy cruiser should slice through a lot of those destroyers. So, unfortunately, not fighting that convoy battle. I don't really like that it sent out 5 destroyers. I don't have anywhere that has 5 destroyers, so why wouldn't you send out a combined arms fleet? I designed these fleets in port for a reason. Like, I want this to be sent out. I want this to be sent out. Or you know, like a battle cruiser, a light cruiser, and some destroyers. Like, that's what I want to be sent out. I don't want it to grab every destroyer from every port nearby and send all the destroyers out at once. That's, I don't, yeah. Wish there was a little bit more control over that. So, that is it for October of 1937. As far as finances, we are over our shipbuilding capacity because we have a lot of fleets, or a lot of ships that are repairing, but it's a lot of 1 month, 2 month stuff. It does affect our building over here, but hopefully once these first four Berlin classes are done, that'll free up tons of tonnage, and we won't have any issues. I'm not going to suspend anything because it should normalize after the next turn, but I will see you when hopefully more battles commence. This is February 1938. I fast forwarded through a few turns because all it was submarine strikes. Spain requested peace once again, and I decided to take it just because all that's happening now is submarine attacks. I don't know where their battleships are. Maybe they're in La Coruña. I haven't really looked at their ports. I should do a better job of that, but well, I mean, we don't really have a choice anymore. The peace is signed, so I'm fine with that. Unfortunately, didn't really earn enough to take any of their territories, so we'll just, you know, take the money, and I guess it's time for peace. So we get to rebuild up our ships, well, sort of look at things, see if we need to do any refits, but we have a bunch of ships being built. I think some of our Berlin-class battleships are about to roll off the docks, so pretty nice there. As you just saw, we unlocked 22,000-ton destroyers, or destroyers, jeez, heavy cruisers. I think hybrid destroyers and the hybrid battleship are about to unlock, if I recall. Let's quickly go into research. Oh no, we already have the hybrid battleship. But the hybrid destroyer is about to unlock, and I'm putting a priority into hull construction just to limit the amount of defects that can happen, and then, you know, Mark 5 13-inch guns are about to happen. So it's research-wise, we're looking really good. Finances finally underneath that. That just means ships are done being done repairing. That's another problem, is just with all the submarine attacks, it really slowing down our building, because this is already putting us close to our shipbuilding capacity, and then you add all of these ships that keep getting damaged by submarines, and it really bogs down this. So we'll regroup, reformat, and probably, let's see, the United States, Austro-Hungary, and China are the big ones right now. Really love to go to war with France, but every time I try to poke France, just things happen that make France like us more, and it's like, I don't like you. Let's go to war. England, it would make sense to go to war with England, but for some reason England and France are allies with us, so it is what it is. Not much you can do about it when your government has decided that they're friends. So we will move our fleets back to Bremen, Kiel, and Palau, and you know, rebuild for whatever the next war is. So I will see you when something exciting happens. Fast forward to January of 1939, and war has erupted between Germany and Austria-Hungary once again. And I like this: Germany versus France, -15. Germany versus US, I don't care as much. I have to sail across the world to face them. But, and then Germany versus Spain, -17. I don't like Republic of China, -16, because I'm not going to war with them. I have all this money. Literally every time I get close to going to war with China, I pay them off. But Austria-Hungary, that's good. And then hopefully it snowballs into France and Spain. Unfortunately, England likes that. They're another country I'd like to go to war with, but apparently you can't go to war with everybody, even though Germany tries its hardest in both world wars. But England invading Kuwait. Interesting. And yeah, we've been provoking France, so another... They ignored it, minus naval prestige. Oh no, we're only at 1,884.8. Chief Admiral of Austria provoked directly Germany. Yep. So, just to show you where we are at here, finances, we have about half our shipbuilding capacity, which is good, seeing that we are going into, not going into, but that we're going to war. As far as politics, I'll show you. United States hates us. I've just been paying them off because I don't want to travel across the world. China, same thing. Unfortunately, England likes us still. France, we're finally in the negative after a lot of poking and prodding. But then we go to research. I've been working on... We upgraded boilers. I'll push into engines. Hull construction's always a good one because of ship flaws. It's nice to not have ship flaws in your state-of-the-art ships. I haven't designed any ships. We do have hybrid battleship and hybrid destroyer that probably around 1940, so a year in game, I will think about designing a battleship and a destroyer. We've maxed out destroyer. It would be nice to maybe grab another engine or boiler or something. When I mess around with hybrid destroyer, I didn't have a funnel that could fit into the front tower. The tower had a funnel spot. There was no funnel that could fit. I find that's a problem with a lot of the German stuff, is you have these towers and none of your funnels fit. It's kind of frustrating. Wish they would really open up the funnels that you have access to. As far as what we are building, we're 4 months away from another 4 Berlin-class battleships, 7 months away from some replacement Bismarck ships to replace ships like the Algiers that has a really bad negative trait in the minus long-range gunnery, a Scharnhorst-class battlecruiser. I think that's to replace a battlecruiser out there that has some bad defects, although we built a Hessen to replace bad defects and it has a bunch of defects. That's sort of one of the things for me personally that I do like late in the game is, you know, if I like a concept that I have, I'll start removing the ships that have tons of really bad defects, except for destroyers. I don't care about destroyers, but at least battle cruisers and battleships, it's nice to have your big boy ships not have defects. Like this one's not terrible. Probably won't replace it because these take years to build, but the Algiers is the big one. Minus 4.7% gun long range accuracy. That's horrific. Do not like that. Anyways, since we're at war with Austria-Hungary, actually, let's take a look at what their fleet looks like. Probably nothing impressive. 4 battleships, 40 cruisers. Oh my god. 8 light cruisers and 8 destroyers and 31 subs. So I'm guessing one major fleet engagement, they'll want peace, or like 2 minor medium fleet engagements. So let's see if we can roll out a big boy fleet. Let's see, not the fleet at Emden that has the Algiers and the Helgoland. So let's roll out maybe like Kiel and Hamburg, and I think that will probably do it. I don't know if our fleets are too big to roll out, so we will find that out. Oh yeah, they are too big. So we have 4 battleships. Oh yeah, well duh, because I just built a bigger battleship. So that's 1,200 men there. I could take out the battle cruiser. That's literally all the crew. I do like battle cruisers. What are our heavy cruisers? Oh, our heavy cruisers are... they're chunky. And then destroyers, 275. We have depth charges on our cruisers. We could leave all of these destroyers at home, and I think it fits, and I think I would like that a lot more. Ah, darn. Yeah, I actually like that a lot because we have depth charges on all of our destroyer classes, so yeah, that's a nice chunky fleet, all of these destroyers. I think when we go to hybrid destroyers, I will create a lot less destroyers. One, the hybrid destroyer, sorry, I'm struggling to talk today, is like 5,000 tons or something, so it's a beefy destroyer. You can obviously make it smaller, but let's move that fleet out. Let's move the Kiel fleet out and probably do the same thing. We'll probably put Kiel, you know, somewhere around here, protect our ports. So be all but the destroyers once again. Yep, nice. I like that. And maybe we'll move this fleet out too. This fleet could just go about here. And get rid of all the destroyers. Does this only have 5 destroyers? I believe I lost a destroyer in a battle, didn't I? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not going to replace that destroyer. We don't need that many destroyers anymore. And then we have battle cruisers over here. Light cruisers, destroyers, light cruisers, destroyers, light cruisers, destroyers. So that'll be good. As far as territory, it would be great if we invaded like Galicia or invading Austria just never seems to work because they have too many forces there. I don't see any small countries that we can invade. Man, they have pushed into the Soviet Union. That's interesting. But we'll see if there's anything we could do. I would actually like another battle cruiser fleet over there, to be honest. So Wilhelmshaven, Bremen. If I had another... oh yeah, it's Tallinn. I'm not going to touch Tallinn. So let's grab Wilhelmshaven and grab this fleet. I might leave the destroyers behind and just take the light cruisers and maybe park it over here. Well, maybe I'll bring everything. We have ports over here, so creating a supply chain, we should have fuel that will come in. So that's 3 battleship fleets and a battlecruiser fleet, and then we have standing battlecruisers over here. I don't expect this war to be very long. I would love to go to war with France soon. Spain, you know, we could go to war with them again. Actually, if we went to war with Spain, I should definitely invade Cyrenaica. And if we go to war with Italy, definitely Tripolitania. I mean, Eastern Sicily would be a great one too. And actually, just pushing into Africa would be great. But I think that'll be it for this turn, and we shall see how it goes. And here is a battle that I really want to take. So, unfortunately, I think their battleships are trash. They're older designs. Well, their armor is not too shabby. Plus 148, but 16 inches, whereas we have like 23, 21. Hoping our Berlin-class battleship absolutely wrecks them. They have some cruisers, some light cruisers. They have underwater torpedo tubes and deck torpedo tubes. That makes me think that these are older, maybe? Wow, those are fast. 14 times 1 underwater torpedo tubes. 4 times 5 deck torpedo tubes. So their light cruisers... their light cruisers need to die. Absolutely need to die. They're nearly roughly 9,000 ton light cruisers. That's pretty insane. Overweight plus 6.1 6.15%. That's pretty rough. Man, I am struggling talking today. Sorry, guys. So let's get this battle going. Alright, so this is going to be a fairly simple organization. All the big ships together, and all the heavy cruisers together. And we'll just put the heavy cruisers on torpedo avoidance. The big ships, and really the Heimdall should be the lead ship here. They all look the same. Just the Heimdall's bigger. But otherwise, I mean, it... Like, look at the Prinz Regent Luitpold versus the Heimdall. It's like the same ship, just it's bigger. That's funny. It's just a super Bismarck. Okay, how far away are they? Quite far away. But they are heading toward us. We are already firing. So let's stay at sort of an extreme range. And we've already... Our battle cruiser's already hitting them. Our battle cruiser's the one that hits them? That's interesting. 16-inch gun just decimated something with a massive hit. 2,773 damage. 11-inch gun hits again. So our battle cruiser is rocking with its accuracy. Let's see, a 15-inch gun, deck partial pin 11, 15-inch casemate penetration, so that casemate. That's an old ship, it's got casemates. There we go. Just, it looks like we've found our range. The Bismarck took a small hit with a fire, but really nothing big. How far away are we? I do not want to move into torpedo range of them. So hopefully... Yeah, you know, tight is fine. I'm fine with tight. I don't like that. I don't want the Steyr to charge out to them. I want it to stay in formation. Okay. Looks like it heard me. So... How close are... They're definitely pushing close. Hopefully we can decimate the ships that move close. That might have been a torpedo attack. The Steyr, just stop charging forward. Create a proper screen. That is not a screen when you charge forward like that. That's stupidity. And now it's taking hits. Not what I want to see. Man, they need to optimize this game better. There's zero reason my computer should lag, but when all of the things come up, like, I don't need to see partial pinned, fire 30, blah blah blah. I just want to see the numbers and the symbol. I don't need to see, like, all the other things that come up. The Steyr, you're pissing me off. Yep, you're pissing me off. Detach out. Get the heck out of Dodge. You're being completely incompetent. And I'm not okay with you being that incompetent. That's really bad on your part. Alright, okay, so what I need to do, turn you guys off of screen, and I want you guys to come this way. This is unacceptable sailing on your guys' part. You're not screening, you're just kind of doing something stupid. People wonder why people make just nothing but battleships and battle cruisers, and it's because the cruisers don't do their job. You have to babysit them so much. And destroyers are even worse. So, come on guys, move over here. My battle cruiser's going too fast. It needs to slow down a little. I think I could have controlled this as 2 lines. I always have hope that a screen command would do what I want it to do, but oh well. Let's go loose formation. Control, Shift, Z. Well, they got a nasty hit. Yeah, Bismarck took a hit. That's interesting. What was that hit from? 15-inch gun, 632 damage. Huh. But it hit... Okay, so it hit the front of the ship. That makes a little bit more sense. And there's the battle. Alright, so ship stats here, I like to look at main gun accuracy. So all the cruisers sort of in that 30% range, except for the Sachin, which was 26%. Oh, and the Comet at 14%. Why are you so bad? Interesting. So Prince Regent Leupold was only 15%, 17, and 23, 26. Where's the bad boy? Heimdall, 17%. Interesting. Interesting that you had the worst and you're the newest of them all, but absolutely decimated. Damage received. Comet received too much damage. Steyr received too much damage. And then the Bismarck took a 15-inch shell. Bounced basically all the damage of the 10-inch shell, but the 15-inch shell, which makes sense. It's really hard to build a ship to stop that heavy of a shell from doing any damage, but it didn't really... I would say it didn't actually do that much damage. 1 penetration versus 2.1, and 5 partial pins versus 10.2. I wonder what's 2.1 armor that it hit. Like a secondary? Right there on the deck? Yep. Right there on the deck. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, that's the end of that battle. Well, I called it. Austria-Hungary wants a peace treaty. Fight to the end. That's so like, they declared war on me. So it's really silly that they're just like, oh no, run away, flee. Anyways, there's the victory right there. They lost a couple crew members, and the French took a ton of mine hits. Transport losses, nothing from us, so that's always good to see. Germany initiates... No, I don't want you to invade Austria. I want you to invade the country next to it. Oh, you are. Okay, well, yeah, invade both. Hopefully one of these works out. Usually it doesn't. 80,000? Ooh, that's good. 309. Okay. I like that. Here's an ambush over here. Oh god. No, I'm not doing that. That's such an easy win for them. No. We're not doing that. Okay, so somehow we've caught convoys in here. I don't know how. That's a negative. I wouldn't know. Why is the game giving me battles that I would never take? See, this is a battle I would take. Like, a battle cruiser versus cruisers? Yes. A light cruiser versus a heavy cruiser? No. No, absolutely not. Especially, it has 10.5. I mean, it only has 3 of them. They're 3x1s. But those 23.1-inch guns will wreck us. Has 14.5-inch armor. We have 5.9-inch guns. Like, what are we going to do to a heavy cruiser there? So, let's take this large convoy raid. This should be really good, even though our Goeben has a lot of defects, but none of them are crippling. Yeah, none of them are crippling. So, let's go on in. I always wonder what these little smoke things are. Is that, like, just bad rendering from where ships might have been once upon a time? Oh, well. I think you two should just retreat. You're not needed. I mean, I could just have you sit behind the Goeben. That's probably the better thing to do. And yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. So, oh, where'd they go? There they are. Have the Goeben take them out. A loose formation for you guys. How fast does the Goeben go? 33. They go 34. Pretty interesting. So how they... Their troop transports must be that way. Oh no, it's right there. Okay. I think if we actually turn like so, that might be the better bet. Because then we could like hide our light ships and have them go take out the troop transports. I mean, that is if the Goeben doesn't just wreck their ships. Hasn't really got a good hit on anybody yet, which is interesting. They might launch a boatload of torpedoes at us in a minute. We are in torpedo range. There's a nice hit there. And we are going really fast though, so I don't know if those would be terrible torpedo angles if they want to fire torpedoes at us. They are launching torpedoes at us, but I don't know if that angle's any good. Let's drop down a little on speed. And just want to turn like into the torpedo, go back up to flank speed, and move our ships up and go straight for their... What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Move this way. What are you doing? That is not the direction I told you to go. Oh my god, what a stupid ship. Like what? Oh. Their transports have torpedoes? That's interesting. What is this destroyer doing? Get out of there! Why do you have to be an idiot? Alright, let's send the Goeben back over here. I feel like DDV-49 has a death wish. Condor should be able to take out basically the entire transport fleet. And we'll just send it out like so. I don't know what this sub is, or not sub, destroyer was doing. Must have been because it was on torpedo evasion, at least that's what I'm hoping. Is that its complete malfunction in how to sail was it avoiding torpedoes. But we'll go back and looks like Salzburg has a what do you call it? Deck, not deck. Conning tower hit. So its commanders are basically all dead. So there's nobody to properly command the ship. The Goeben should absolutely annihilate the Tiger. We'll do some preemptive turning because of torpedoes. I don't see any torpedoes yet. I actually want to drop speed a little and then go back up speed. Oh, there we go. There's the torpedoes. Okay. I thought they might... That's sort of why I did a speed adjustment there in a turn, because I figured there would probably be some torpedoes in the water, and usually a speed adjustment in a turn is enough to completely throw off the trajectory of the torpedoes. That's really low victory points for taking out that many transports and 4 heavy cruisers. But that's alright. How'd the Goeben do? 27% main gun, Condor, good. I mean, Condor started hitting the troop transports. So, not too... Jeez. Oh my gosh, Condor. You are amazing at taking out troop transports. Holy moly. Yeah, that's incredible. So this is a spicy battle. It's our famed cruiser, Friedrich der Grosse, against a lot of their heavy cruisers, light cruisers, and destroyers. We do have a light cruiser and 5 destroyers with us, but I'll probably just have them sit behind our battle cruiser because it should just take out all of these. I might need to also make sure that these don't launch torpedoes. I kind of wish you didn't have to put torpedoes on destroyers. I would, in all honesty, create an entire fleet with no torpedoes if I could. Because I would love destroyers that just have like rapid firing guns, because I find that's such a better way to take out other destroyers. I just find torpedoes are kind of useless in this game, and the one use that you would really use torpedoes for is sort of like a blanket of torpedoes hitting like a fleet that's in line. One, to disrupt their formation, but generally, if you could target multiple ships, you had a higher chance of hitting them. I mean, torpedo hits were like very far and few between from ship to ship in World War II. In terms of, you look at the quantity of torpedoes that were fired at enemy ships, there weren't many hits in terms of percentage. Obviously, there were hits, but as I said, it's usually like picking on ships that are limping away, or picking on larger ships, or just catching them unaware. The British were fantastic at torpedo runs. The Japanese were to an extent, and then the Americans got better at it, at least once they got rid of their, was it the Mark 14 or whatever, their terrible torpedo that they had. But if you think about it, like, most torpedo hits in World War II were from aircraft or submarines, but submarines were mostly targeting other ships. But yeah, just a little side rant there. Anyways, let's get on with this battle, this episode. This will probably be the last battle of the episode, and we'll save the rest for the next one. So I don't see the enemy fleet, but it's this way according to radar. So we will obviously go that way. And there is the enemy. I just sort of had them go in a circle so they would stay away from my battle cruiser. I get tired of them raining into it. That is a lot of ships now I look at it, but they should be no match for my battle cruiser as long as I can dodge torpedoes, which can be a big if, Can definitely be a big if. Let's put this on off. I don't want to accidentally torpedo my own ship. And I'm actually amazed that they can shoot that far. That was a pretty close hit too. Or, it didn't hit, but pretty close shot. We've already hit one of their ships and dealt significant damage to it. Let's see. I think I would like to turn a little bit more. You can see like the turn isn't as smooth as it used to be because we have really good turning mechanisms on our ship. And their ships are getting a little too close. For comfort, would like to be a little further away. So let's turn away from them. Looks like our light cruiser is firing. Man, I would love if you could form, like, have this a group and tell it to form 2 columns spaced like 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers apart, something like that. Something like that would be amazing. That's a stupid formation. Like, they're just all grouped up to went to the wrong ship. They probably launched torpedoes there. There's a torpedo spread. So let's turn like so. Just let our aft turrets do some damage. Then we might turn back in. I don't know what our destroyers are doing. They're on torpedo evasion, so maybe they saw those torpedoes go out and they're like, oh, go on torpedo evasion, because I don't see any torpedoes over there. That's fine. I don't really care about the destroyers. I don't want to turn that harshly, but if you want to turn into them, that ship just disintegrated. These light cruisers will disintegrate. They fired torpedoes into themselves. You guys can fire torpedoes now. Ooh, didn't notice those torpedoes. That was interesting. Do have to be careful because their ships are danger close, well within torpedo range. God, the lag. They need a... I don't know what it is, but since 1.4 has dropped, the amount of lag is insane. And it has to do with the tooltips that pop up. Like, everything else is fine. If it just looked like this, it's fine, but when it keeps popping up, like right there, you saw the game lagged. There's a significant frame rate drop. Well, according to OBS, there's no frame rate drop when I do that, but it feels like a frame rate drop when I do it. Oh, that was the wrong button. Meant to turn. There we go. I mean, that ship is dead. I think I saw multiple flash fires. So now it's the Villock. Sonar 2, coincidence 4. So they don't even have radar yet? Or maybe just on those ships that don't have radar. Citadel Force, they're the Turtleback, Semi-Oil. All sorts of weird calibers. Like, you should just have the 10.5 and the 3.1s or the 4s. You could do like 10.5, 4, and 1.8. But the 4 and the 3.1, they're too close together in caliber to me. Like, why? So that was really easy. We lost 4 crew. 4 letters will be sent out. I think they were all in the... Yep. They're all in our battlecruiser. Those little fire that went out. 44 damage. We took a 3-inch gun, 5-inch gun, and 6-inch gun. And really didn't do anything to us. Where'd we get hit? Yeah. You know, a little bit of damage. Although I think it's already damaged from the battle before. And there's the end of that battle. As I said, this will probably be the last... No, not probably. This is the last battle of this turn. I just want to show off a couple other battles of what will be coming up in the next episode. Italy is trying to anger us. Well, that was a lot of stuff to get through. So we have a convoy battle. No. 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 Our light cruiser cannot take on... Well... Maybe it could. Maybe it could. Ooh, maybe it could. 7.5 inches of armor. Has 8.1-inch guns. Maybe it could. We might try that. For science, we might try that one. Then a big battle. Our light cruiser Koln with a Greek destroyer against... Yeah, we'll do that one. Okay, so maybe we will try out that convoy battle. That heavy cruiser, a lot lighter, as you can see here. 7.5 inches is the largest armor on it, plus 138%, 32 knots. Has 8.1-inch guns and 4.2-inch guns. So if it does hit us, we are in major trouble. But I think I would like to try that one out. Anyways, that is it for this episode. If you've made it this far, I greatly appreciate you. Please like, comment, subscribe. Greatly helps out the channel. Lets me know what you guys think of it. And I love to engage with you guys too. So in the next battle, we will have a couple battles with the Austro-Hungarian Empire. And hopefully we go to war with somebody else like France or England, or it'll probably be like Spain or something. But that is that. As always, guys, until next time.